What's going on, guys? Alex here. This is my Mob Psycho 100 review. This is going to be like even though like the finale is next week, this is going to be one of my series on top of multiple anime reviews that I do. But this is my Mob Psycho episode 11 review, and it's not going to be an edited video. My editing software is messed up. My computer's old as shit. I don't have the right version of iMovie that I need. I'm probably going to get Final Cut soon. But I took notes, so we're good. Hopefully this won't be too long. I'm trying to keep it as short and sweet for you guys as possible. But let's start with the opening for this show, like the theme song, the opening. I loved the fucking opening. It's like, and it's grew on me. Like that song has grown on me every single week. I love it. It gets better every single week. Reigen. With the ending, the final scene after the credits last week with Reigen, they made it seem like he was gonna be an antagonist, like he was gonna come in with some sort of psychic powers and fuck shit up, and like Mob was gonna end up fighting him. Maybe it's like I've been speculating all week, you know, like it really messed me up when like the way that they handled that Reigen thing. But like I'm so happy with the way it turned out. This spoiler alert, by the way. I'm really happy with the way this episode played out. How like Reigen comes in. It's like from the very first scene that they show before the opening. It's like you already get the idea that, oh, like Reigen's gonna play all these fools. He's just gonna play everyone. He's gonna come in at like the perfect moment, and he's gonna basically what he did. You know, it's like the claws. I don't know how the fuck he did it. It's like he played off boss, man. He is the boss. Reigen is the boss. That's probably gonna be in my thumbnail for this video because Reigen's just the fucking boss. He literally goes into claw and like his personality, his presence. He doesn't even need psychic powers. People think that he is just like the boss, and I don't fucking know. He ends up infiltrating into Claw and Mob and the fucking blonde haired kid with the wig. I forgot his fucking name. I did not write it down. But they're trapped in this room, Sakurai's room, that negates their powers, like sea prism stones from One Piece or some shit. And it's like they kind of just blew over that because Reigen comes in and he like ends up opening the door and getting them out of there. And oh my god, man, that's just Reigen though. That's just me wanting to talk about Reigen and me being happy about the fact that Reigen isn't an antagonist and he's still, you know, like Mob's teacher. Now let's get to Mob, because Mob and Ritsu's character development this episode was amazing. Like, Ritsu has gone from this character who is who was like just extremely frustrated with himself and the fact that he didn't have psychic powers, and he was frustrated with his brother too for like the way he used his powers and like the way he thought like Mob underappreciated his powers and didn't appreciate them enough, and it made Ritsu mad. And it's gotten to the point where, you know, it's like he's developed and it's like he has been captured by these actual evil telekinetic motherfuckers, and I think he has a firmer grasp or understanding of like how deadly psychic powers can be and how they're not just some fucking game or some luxury, you know. So we get Mob and Ritsu's character development this episode early on with Ritsu, you know, like not even being able to apologize to Mob because Mob's so understanding and he loves his brother and he looks up to his younger brother, you know what I mean? At the same time, he looks up to Ritsu because Mob's always had psychic powers, and while he doesn't like appreciate them, he appreciates things that like we in real life, you know, us people in everyday life, you know, like forget to appreciate something sometimes. Or, you know, it's like we look over some things, and Mob really wants to appreciate the things in life that like are simpler. Like he wants to work out, he wants to be like more fit, he wants a girlfriend, you know, little things like that. Like humanize Mob as a character just really make me love him, and they really did a good job of nailing that head on that hammer, hammering that nail on the head. This episode, it was great. But the fights, man, hella fights. There were so many fucking fights. Like Sakurai, I don't remember the name of all the Claw executives, but the 7th division leader, Ishiguro, that girl with like the gravity powers that she can create like the orbs, that is some next level shit. And like she was able to make Mob like bow down like on his knees and shit. But Reigen was like, I don't know. I don't know how Reigen was like telling Mob this entire episode like not to fight, this and that, you know, like that was always been like Reigen's concept since the beginning, and I can understand like where he's coming from. But at the end, let's not get to the end yet. Let's just keep talking about the fights. The fights leading up to like the final climax in this episode were amazing. The anti-Esper dropkick. Oh my god, bro. Reigen is just ridiculous with his like secret moves, his special moves, and how is he able to punch and dropkick these It's okay. It's fine. the Julian plastic sword, that sword is a piece of plastic, bro. There's no fucking way it's a piece of plastic. Okay, the flashback leading up to the climax when Mob's freaking out at this point, you know, everyone's getting their ass kicked, and like he's standing there, you know, the blonde kid and Ritsu are like basically yelling at him like they need to depend on him because like they're all gonna get killed, but like Reigen is, it's like he has two devils, like a devil and an angel on his shoulder, you know, like his friend's telling him to fight, and then like Reigen's telling him, you know, like no, Mob, like, don't fight, if you fight, like you're the one that's gonna be like the most affected by it, like it's gonna bother you the most, or it's like you're gonna regret it the most, you know, you're gonna regret the repercussions. And you know, like right as he gets to 100%, and it's like you see, like, you know how every time he gets to 100%, it says like the emotion that brought upon that explosion, and it's like you see murderous intent, and it's like this is gonna be some real shit. And then Reigen just like slaps him on his face, and he's like bro, like don't fucking do this, you know, like you don't want to do this. And it's like then we get the flashback between Mob and Reigen, and it's like, oh, it broke my fucking heart, man. It was beautiful, you know. It's like you saw Mob as a little kid walking into Reigen's like office as like an insecure little kid who has psychic powers. I think this is after the time where he ended up hurting Ritsu, like when they were getting attacked, when they were getting jumped or some shit. Like the first time Ritsu saw like the monster inside of him, and like it was beautiful. It was kind of like him getting closure for the first time, you know. Like Reigen sat this little kid down and made him feel a lot better, and I think that shows a lot for Reigen's character. And then it cuts back to like present time, and you see Reigen get slashed down by that guy with the sword, and it's like, Mob's gonna freak out, bro. Mob is gonna fucking freak out. And it's like, it's gonna be crazy, bro. You know what's coming next week. You know what's gonna happen. It's the finale next week. I'm really upset about that. Like, I may have to start reviewing the manga if the anime takes a minute to come back. If there's gonna be a second season, I don't know. You guys drop a comment in the section below. Let me know if you think there's gonna be a season 2, or if you want a season 2. Like, I know I do. I know I do. But yeah, guys, that's gonna wrap it up for me, man. Oh, the post-credit scene. The post-credit scene was like, it's just more fucking foreshadowing for what's gonna happen next week. You know, like you see like the shading on Mob's face, and his eyes like light up like that, and it's like shit's about to go down, and you know shit's about to go down. So I'll be reviewing next week's episode. I'm gonna review the Naruto episode on Thursday. Pray to fucking God that it's gonna be fucking good, because if not, you're gonna get a rant. And One Piece on Saturday. One Piece is gonna be fucking baller. We're gonna get Jack. Spoilers, but we're gonna get fucking Jack on Saturday. That's gonna be dope. Alright, guys. Have a lovely day. This was my first review. Many more to come. Thanks for everything. Drop a like and a comment below. I'll see you guys next time.